to play a couple beats out of the rock, funk, and blues drumming book right now. And what I want to demonstrate is a technique, well actually two techniques, for working out some more complex type patterns where there's a lot of notes. The more notes that are in a beat, the easier it is for some of the notes to be played unevenly, and it takes away from the groove factor. So the more notes that you can play in time and dynamically proper, the better the beat's going to sound. So this technique I call the stepping stone method. Think one step at a time. What you're going to do is we're going to play one note of the beat at a time. We're just going to keep adding on the next note and the next note, but we're going to repeat each one of them for a little bit, and I'll show you. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. I'm going to take page 8G, and I'm going to explain the stepping stone method. So what you do is you play the first note of this beat that happens to be bass drum hi-hat. One. The next note is the and of one, and no big deal with that. But then the next note is the bass drum on the 16th note right after the hi-hat. And that's one of the notes where, if it's played even a little bit at a time, it's not going to groove. Okay, so by doing the stepping stone method, you're playing each note and really making sure that you place it in the proper spot. You play it properly, dynamically, and it fits in with everything else that's going on in the beat. All right, the next note is beat 2 backbeats. Okay, so I just kept repeating that phrase, okay, up to the backbeat on 2, and we're stepping, okay, we're stepping along. So the next note is going to be a bass drum and hi-hat on the and of 2, 1 and a 2 and. Okay, moving along, the next one is on the of 2. Okay, so you notice how I was playing that other note a little softer, putting some dynamics into the snare drum. Again, it gives it a little more organic kind of a feel. All right, next is bass drum on 3. And you want to make sure every note is nice and even. Okay, nothing out of line. And as you're playing it, you can fine tune it. You can edit yourself as you're going, and fix what you need to fix. The next note is on the E of 3. Do the end of 3. Then another bass drum on the of 3. Next, backbeat on 4. And there you have the stepping stone method, okay? One note at a time, and any beat that you come across that is real busy, has a lot of notes, give it a try. It takes a little bit longer to work it out, but it's a process that will really give you a lot of benefit and help you learn, work out a lot of beats. Let's try another one, and this one's out of the funk section, something called linear drumming. And this linear drumming is great for the stepping stone method, because you're playing with linear drumming, you're playing one line or one note at a time. So that's perfect for doing the stepping stone method, where we'll just kind of keep adding one note with the linear group, and it's really cool. So let me find it, page 27, last time I checked. Okay, right. Okay, so this is the what I call what's known as linear drumming, and it's a technique that I like to use to work out various patterns. And the way to come up with it, and you can do your own, is take one measure of 16 notes, 1 E into, 2 E into, 3 E into, 4 E into. You can do triplets too, or any other kind of syncopated groove rhythm. But here we'll take 16 notes, and for each note we're going to assign a either right hand, left hand, or foot. So let's say 1 E and, you go right, left, right, right. So that's 1 E and. 2 E and is left, right, left, right. 3 E and is foot, foot, left, right. And then 4 E and is foot, right, left, left. Put it all together. So that's the step one. The next thing to do is take your right hand over to the hi-hat, and all the right hand notes you just play there instead of on the snare. And that's where we start kind of getting that linear sound. Again, one note at a time, one limb, one sound. So here's how that rhythm applies with the hi-hat. So that's the pattern, and as you heard, it sounded pretty busy. The way to kind of fix that is to play dynamically on the snare again and play most of those snare beats as ghost notes. So here's how it sounds that way. Show you a cool shuffle beat that I like to play once in a while, and it's a combination of the Chicago Shuffle and the Afro-Cuban, which is a rhythm, triplet rhythm. The Afro-Cuban rhythm is there's your Afro-Cuban rhythm, okay? Heard a lot. That's the Afro-Cuban, okay? And the Chicago Shuffle, we all know. There's the Chicago Shuffle. What happens if you put the two together? You get what I call the Afro-Shuffle, I guess. Okay, so all those patterns are straight out of the Rock, Funk, and Blues drumming book. Pick up a copy, help support the website, and keep drumming. Take care.